mic as well. Yeah. Oh god, my head's everywhere today.
Okay, so you're recording as well?
Yes.
Alright, okay.
Oh, in character? We don't have characters, so I don't know.
Okay, we'll go out
we
and have a
introduce ourselves in character, but then after that we just talk normally.
If you want. We could all just pretend to be incredibly posh, steamy gentlemen. Start off with a round of roaring laughter, and then go into, well, enough of that, let's do it. Okay.
Sure. Do you want to shuffle together so the recorded picture's all up?
Yeah, how's that?
I'm in your shot there.
I think we're out of shot now.
The gorilla thing's died.
It happens, you just pop it back in.
Get
Harry. It's alright. Yeah, we really do. Fantastic. Okay.
Okay.
So roaring laughter and then into questions. That's
Okay,
right.
so 1, 2, 3.
That was hilarious. Now back to the Geek Show.
Yes.
And your video cast as well.
Yes, we're not as well known as you guys. We're just doing this for a bit of fun for the weekend. But we're putting our interviews up on his channel, Steampunk Stan, on YouTube.
Steampunk Stan on YouTube. Okay,
As
we'll check that out.
we will also be putting your interviews up on the Geek Show Radio on YouTube. So, cross promotions, people.
This is a bit of something we're trying out. It's a four-way interview between, or two-way interview between our two parties.
Let's do a roster of names. We have
Phil, DJ last night.
Harry Bentley, comedian and co-host of the Geek Show.
The Captain Fitch Warden of the airship Legion Wizard.
And Dr. Stanley Peppercorn.
Steampunk Steve.
Steampunk Stan.
Stan, Steampunk Stan, that would make sense.
You're thinking of
C6 Steve.
You're thinking of C6 Steve, who's different and massively rich.
So, what has been the best part of the weekend for you guys so far?
Easily meeting Joe Slatter and Professor Elemental and buying them both drinks. That was the best.
They are both great, aren't they?
Yeah.
The Professor as well. Oh, he was so much fun last night.
It was very good. Did you guys get to see a set?
Get to see one now?
Elemental set.
Oh, yes,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
What did you think?
Fantastic.
We all had a bit of a heart-stopping moment where he fell as he was jumping back onto the stage. But,
See that? I think we got that.
no, we didn't film it, but I imagine it'll be on YouTube somewhere of Elemental Saki just as he's getting back on the stage. But he recovers remarkably well. He's just
Lost his
like,
hat.
oh, and then he he's really, really good.
It reminds me of Willy Wonka. Reminds me a bit of Willy Wonka from the original film.
Yeah.
With the kind of falling and turn.
Yeah.
Keep it stylish, keep it cool. I love it.
All part of the plan.
So, what is your channel about on YouTube?
Basically, anything steampunk that we decide to video.
Yeah,
We're
this
doing,
will be the first video
Yeah.
we put on your channel.
We're doing interviews, general asylum footage. We might do all sorts of other things now. Now that we have, now we know that people actually want to hear about it. Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll edit that out of video.
I think people do want to hear about it. I mean, one thing that I find really interesting about Asylum is that the age range is so much refreshingly wide. So many old people and so many young children around. The other thing is that everyone's so polite. Everyone loves mingling and chatting in a friendly way. That's how we met you. Everyone's up for a conversation, no matter whether they're an amazingly high tier costume or whether they're as casual as I am. But I just generally own really old farming like clothing. So it sounds a bit of everything. But then there's people like you with a whole head. Yeah.
Have you got any questions for us?
Yes. Well, how did you get into journalism in the first place? How did you get started?
Oh, it's been a bit strange. Yeah, I run Geek Club nights and I DJ a lot, and through University of Teesside, which is the biggest games design university in the UK, it kind of made sense to make a geek radio show. Our local radio station, 104.5, had slots, and we had friends that did it, and we kind of met up from there, and it just kind of happened. And now, in the last 3 weeks, we've attended 4 events. Have an Icon, Chit Festival, Asylum, and Iacon. We were on a stage at MCM Expo. We attended Cross Film Festival, which is a Asian film festival.
Yep, Korean, Chinese, Hong Kong, and Japanese films have been shown in London, the Prince Charles Cinema. Really cool. Which is also the UK's official cinema for The Room, which they show for £1 every now and again. And it packs out every time because people go, it's that rubbish thing! And I love that actually happens, it's so mental. For me getting into the show, well, there's two things about that. Is one, the show actually started when two of the other members, Rob and Moley, met at NemaCon, which is the Northeast Manga and Anime Convention in Middlesbrough, which has just gone through its second year. They met there, and Rob made a kind of review of it for the radio without having a real brand or a name on it, and then the Geek Show kind of spawned out of that naturally after he and Moley met, and then members gathered and I'm one of the people that joined later on. I joined in a few months in, not too late though, quite early still. I like journalism. I love The Escapist and a lot of journalists online. Movie Bob, his blog, amazing. I like changing things. That's why I go into comedy. I like giving people new ideas and ways of looking at things, and that's why I wanted to join the Geek Show. And partly for a bit of fun, and partly just kind of give people new things to look at and new ways to think. So yeah, that's pretty much why.
That's brilliant. Also, have you got any plans for extending your areas in steampunk? Maybe coming up with a character or just ideas for anything to add?
I'm not the type of person, I don't like staying in character for things. I just feel a bit awkward with it all. I prefer to be just me wearing what I usually wear. This is my convention jacket. Whenever I go to a convention, whenever I go to something steampunk, I just wear what I usually wear with the jacket over the top, and it's kind of a bit of a personal branding thing. People recognise me and remember me from last year. It works both ways. They remember me, and then I don't have to have them remember me. So I'm like, oh yeah, we spoke last year, and they go, oh yeah, you're the guy with the jacket and this, that, and the other. As opposed to me have to go, oh yeah, so I'm this guy, and you know, it helps both ways, I think.
At the same time, though, you do DJ under the moniker of DJ Last Night with an Optimus Prime helmet on your head.
The steampunked, broken down Optimus Prime helmet with LEDs and scrolls last night and everything. So yeah.
Fantastic.
There's a bit of character going on there.
It's just something cool, like Dead Mouse with
yes, true.
And you?
I'm not sure about the character thing. I try to be honest, so I try to be myself when I'm on stage and things. I don't really do character comedy that much. It's more that if I think, this kind of character would be great, I just try and become that instead. So I need to be a bit more mental, need a bit more team, and then try to go into that kind of direction. I have written characters before for RPGs. I do a lot of tabletop roleplay. Awesome fun. Currently rolling out a very British character actually. I'm playing a homebrew game with a friend of mine called Modernian, and basically it's a great idea of one of his old characters, a goddess, gave a nerd the ability to make worlds. And so they're the master of games, aka the GM, and you can be whatever the hell you want, as long as it pleases the master of games. And so I'm playing a British ninja called, I think, Edward Smythe, who has like a sword that goes into an umbrella, and shuriken in the shape of the Yorkshire Rose and a teapot. And I just try to be as British as possible and polite as possible while being a stealthy ninja person. Oh, and wearing full ninja mask, and then it's got red slit. It's like flag, which I'm really proud of. So I make characters, but I don't tend to perform them. Although I'm very active and actorial when I'm actually doing role plays, I think. But too much makes sense sometimes. Sometimes with sound effects, people then laugh at me.
How about the costumes you wear at the moment, your characters?
Alright, well, we've developed these costumes out of a novel that he's currently developing.
Well, we call it a novel. Currently, it's on Twitter under the name of Dr. Peppercorn. It's a series of diary entries from this doctor chasing down the man who killed his fiancée and stole his airship. Simple premise, but each diary entry is basically another. It's a diagram or a drawing of a place he's found, or a map, or at one point a telegram from Pitch Warden. So we took the characters, but the characters were also based on various people. It started as a bit of fun, so most major characters are people I know, slightly modified. So we kind of put ourselves into the story, and then took the characters that grew from us and used them as our inspiration.
It's good. Having a character that grows out of someone you know or someone you actually like and appreciate means that it's much easier to empathise with them. And you not only do you want to empathise with them, you want other people to empathise with them. So you try and make them more likeable by other people as well, while still being themselves. I mean, I found that in other works I've read. I mean, do you find that as well?
Occasionally, yeah. Generally in stuff written by friends, it's harder to tell in larger works. I mean, the only author I know for certain puts references to his friends in was H.P. Lovecraft. If you look out for it, the Atlantean High Priest, Clark Ashton, is a pun on the name of his friend, Clark Ashton.
And not at all discreet one.
Not really, no.
I love a good reference though. I mean, I just finished playing Magica. Did you play Magica?
No.
It's great. They're so blatant with their references. They don't care about how they've got Greg's Workshop, which has the exact same font as Games Workshop. But you know, it's not the right time period for that. It's all kind of fantasy. But we can pick up a Warhammer from it and everything. And there's the boss who is the King in Yellow. As in, it's a giant floating dude in this huge yellow robe, and I'm going, okay, this is a reference to the King in Yellow, I can see that. Boss name, the King in Yellow. Okay, you're not even hiding it, that's fun, that works. I love it, I love references to good fun, good clean fun.
Okay, we've hit the 10-minute mark, so I would say thank you very much. And we'll be putting this up on the blog as well. And where can we get you guys?
Like we said on YouTube, Steampunk Stan.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, we've actually got so much footage. We're probably going to make this into a short series of videos.
Yeah, that'll be
so that we can get as much in as we can.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Sounds good. Pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.
very much.
Do you both have individual Twitters as well?
He has Twitter, I don't.
You technically do, and you don't really use it.
Yeah, I only use it so I can keep up with his stories.
Same with my Google Plus, I only really use it to follow Jeff Mannion and Dan Shine. Because they're both brilliant and crazy.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay,
You should probably mention the
just do a
geekshop.blog.com.
tap there so you know when to sync it up.